people, what's up everyone? I hope everybody doing well during this pandemic. I know it's really hard to stay home. Today we will talk about the difference between the CUNY and the SUNY schools. And the SUNY actually stands for State University of New York, and the CUNY stand for City University of New York. So of course the CUNY is a very small amount, and the SUNY is actually a larger amount because it's the state. So all over the New York, they have their campus, and the SUNY is very small amount, and they have only New York City. They have the campus of SUNY schools. So hopefully, end of this video, you will learn more about the difference between CUNY and SUNY school. What are the tuition fees and the courses they are, they are offering to the students, and all other informations that you need. So I'll try to go through each and everything, and then hopefully end of this video you can make up your mind and what you're going to apply for, is a CUNY or SUNY, because both schools are great. They both have a great school. They have a huge choice of majors, and you can choose it like almost 17,000-18,000 majors actually they have. So the huge school, a huge opportunity. So watch this video, and hopefully you'll get your results by end of this video. So now let's talk about the SUNY schools. So SUNY, I already mentioned the SUNY stands for the State University of New York, and it is the largest public university system in the United States. Over 500,000 students are enrolled in credit-bearing courses, and an additional 2.1 million students are enrolled in non-credit continuing educations and community outreach programs. So SUNY also have a huge online based courses, and nearly 200,000 students are taking online courses every year. So this pandemic, I think, is over 500,000 students actually they're taking the online courses. SUNY actually established in 1948 as the way this provided an affordable college educations of students of New York, and it's totally today it includes 64 institutions. So it means that SUNY have actually 64 campus throughout the New York, and for undergraduate the university centers are typically considered the most highest schools. So I actually divided CUNY into 5 small groups, which means the university centers, doctoral granting institutions, comprehensive schools, technology schools, and community colleges. So let's look at what are the university centers. This is the most important SUNY schools, and it's really hard to get in those schools because they require, if you're international students, they require a high amount of your IELTS, and then you need to have your very good academic background. Otherwise, it's really hard to get in. So what are the university centers actually? So University at Albany, Brigham Young University, University at Buffalo, and Stony Brook University. So this, as I mentioned, this is one of the top level university in the United States, and it's really hard to get in. So let's look at what are the comprehensive colleges. This is very moderate college, and actually you can get it's very easy to get into it, and it's not like you need around 6 to 6.5 IELTS to get into that. So let's talk about what are the comprehensive colleges around. So Buffalo State College, the College of Brockport, SUNY Cortland, SUNY Empire State College, SUNY Fredonia, SUNY Geneseo, and then SUNY New Paltz, SUNY Old Westbury, SUNY Pittsburgh, and SUNY Potsdam. So these are colleges for the comprehensive colleges, and their the amount of major they offer is not as great as SUNY centers, but they're actually very good college around. Actually, the SUNY Old Westbury have a very good computer related courses, and they're really good for accounting and all that. And what about the technology colleges? Let's look at what are the technology colleges. This college actually like 80% to 90% students from like in Bangladesh, India, or Pakistan, or in for China, because South Asians and the Chinese people actually they are more into technology. So if you are go through one of these colleges, you'll be really fun because you see lots of people like you around, and then you'll have a good time there. So what about the technology colleges? Actually, SUNY Canton, SUNY Cobskill, SUNY Delhi. So don't isn't actually New York. So don't if it's SUNY Delhi doesn't mean it's in India. It actually is in the New York. From India State University, FIT, which is known as Fashion Institute of Technology, SUNY Maytime College, and SUNY Morrisville. So one of my favorite colleges here is Farmingdale State University because they're offering cybersecurity courses and computer forensic courses. So the Farmingdale State University is one of the best in New York. Actually, it is located in Long Island, and also the SUNY Canton. This is very good for computer sciences and Fashion Institute of Technology. Actually, this is really famous college in New York. FIT, everybody know FIT because most of the designers actually they have a degree from FIT. So this is one of the best fashion institutes of New York, and SUNY actually they're really proud to have that. And what about the graduate degrees and granting institutions? So NYC College of Kismik and Alfred University, SUNY ESF, SUNY College of Optometry, SUNY Downstate Health Science University, SUNY Polytechnic Institutions, and Upstate Medical Universities, and few other NYS, New York State College, are actually under these categories. And I don't know much about these degree colleges because most of them it just look like they have like they're not the regular college. They actually offer 2 to 1 year courses, which is mostly related to the professional level. Suppose if you have a degrees and like a bachelor's, and your job actually wants you to do some special courses. So in that case, you have to go these kind of universities and get your degrees. But the especially SUNY Polytechnic is one of the finest college in New York, and then they have a very huge campus. And I went there actually twice, and I'm really amazed. They have the huge grounds, and they have huge canteens and all the student dormitories, and they're great actually. If you went there and you just feel like you stay here for like a couple of hours and feel the natures. Actually, there's very beautiful natures around. So let's talk about the community colleges. So community colleges actually is made for the uh, people like don't have that much incomes, and compared to the comprehensive and centers, their this college tuition fees is much lower, and then they have the associate level courses. They don't have the bachelor's level courses. So it is very easy to get into the community colleges. And so once you get in the SUNY system and through the community colleges, you can easily move to one college to another. In that case, your admission process will be much easier than go to the centers or comprehensive colleges. So what are the community colleges? So let's see. Actually, SUNY have like a biggest amount of community colleges. So I give you all the details, but I cannot go through each and every colleges. There's a huge. So let's look at that. SUNY Andrek, SUNY Bromi, and then SUNY have SUNY Oregon, and then Rockland Community Colleges, Hudson Valley Community Colleges, Genesis Community Colleges, Fulton Montgomery Community Colleges, Westchester Community Colleges, Ulster County Community Colleges, and Suffolk County Community Colleges, and so on. Actually, they have a huge community colleges because this is the one of the oldest university in New York. So their system is working like they made people who working as like a middle class family. So the community colleges actually help them a lot to get into the school. Now let's talk about the CUNY colleges. So what are the CUNY actually means? So CUNY actually stand for the City University of New York, which is a system of the public college in New York City. So CUNY's mission is to provide students with a high quality educations at an affordable price. CUNY includes both four-year colleges and community colleges. In total, the CUNY system offers more than 1,750 degree programs and 1,800 clubs. So roughly 27,500 CUNY students attending CUNY schools on either a full-time or part-time basis, and the CUNY system is the largest comprehensive university system in the United States. So it also has one of the most diverse student bodies in the country. So CUNY consists of 25 undergraduate and graduate schools located in 5 boroughs in New York City. So I actually divided CUNY schools in 3 different categories. One is the 4-year colleges, community colleges, and graduate honors and professional colleges. So let's look at it, what are the 4-year colleges they have. So CUNY have actually very good 4-year colleges, which means that you can get a bachelor's from there. And some 4-year college also have the masters. They're offering master's degree. But let's talk about the best 4-year CUNY colleges. So in that case, Baruch College, which is very good for accountings and all those commerce-related studies. The Baruch is really one of the best college in New York City. The Brooklyn College, College of Staten Island, Hunter College, John Jay College of Criminal Justice, which is also a very good college for whoever is studying law or criminal justice. And Lehman College, Medgar Evers Colleges, New York City's College of Technology, Queens College, which is very also good for computer science, the City College of New York, which is known as the Columbia University for middle class people, and the York College. So those are actually the 4-year colleges of the CUNY. And let's look at the community colleges. The CUNY Community College is one of the best colleges in New York City, actually. So let's talk about the community colleges. The first one will be the Borough of Manhattan Community College, which is known as BMCC. Then Bronx Community College, Gutman Community Colleges, Hostos Community Colleges. The Hostos Community Colleges actually is pretty good. If you don't like to take IELTS or any other GMAT or TOEFL, the Hostos Community Colleges actually take the students without any IELTS or GMAT or TOEFL. So if you're not comfortable with IELTS or any other English language testing system, so I think the Hostos Community Colleges will be perfect for you. The overall point is to get into the CUNY system and then move to the 4-year colleges. So next one will be the Kingsborough Community College, and LaGuardia Community College, and Queensborough Community College. Queensborough Community College actually have very good nursing and courses. So lots of students I know, they actually get a very good job from the community colleges. Let's look at it, the graduate honors and the professional colleges. So the CUNY also have very good professional colleges because it's in the New York cities, and most of the executives or officers, they have, if they want to do any small courses, they can easily get to the CUNY compared to the SUNY, because SUNY have campuses really far away from the New York City. So in that case, the CUNY actually is really affordable for them. So CUNY School of Professional Studies is one of the best in the New York City. CUNY School of Law, CUNY School of Labor and Urban Studies, CUNY Graduate School of Public Health and Health Policy, CUNY Graduate Center, and Macquarie Honors Colleges. So those are the graduate schools at the graduate honors and the professional college that the CUNY have. And let's talk about the difference between the CUNY and the SUNY. So in that case, you can actually differentiate which college will be good for you and where you can go and get the degree. First of all, the locations. The CUNY actually have like a 5 borough of New York City. They have all of their campuses in the New York City, and the SUNY is throughout the New York State. And the number of school, means that number of campus. The CUNY have altogether 25 campus, and compared to the SUNY have almost more than double. It have the 64 campus. And the number of degree programs. CUNY offer 1,750 graduate and postgraduate programs, and the SUNY is really high amount. They actually offer 7,660 programs altogether. Total enrollment, so about 27,500 students are actually studying the CUNY one semester, compared to the SUNY. SUNY have like 500,000 students. They're getting the 500 students every year. What about the graduation rate for students in 4-year college? What what are the graduation rate for the bachelor's degrees. So 53% 6-year graduation rate, 30% 4-year graduation rate. And compared to the SUNY, they have like almost 70% graduation rate, so which is like bachelor 6 years, and 55%, which is a graduation rate for their community colleges. And what about the gender ratio? CUNY have actually more female students than the SUNY, and CUNY have like the overall 57.8% female of the overall populations, and then compared to the male, they have only 42.2%. In the SUNY, actually, they have 54.8% female and only 45.2% male. So it seems like the normal, like females are much ahead to get the degrees compared to the male, which is very impressive. And what about the tuition fees? Actually, the tuition fees actually really surprised me. I thought that CUNY is very expensive compared to SUNY. Actually, they are both really neck to neck. SUNY is a little bit expensive than CUNY, but CUNY also have very good tuition fees for the 4-year college as international students. Um, I'm talking about the in-state tuition fees. There's two different tuition fees, one of the in-state and one of the out-state. For the international students, which means that you have to pay out of state tuition fees. In that case, you have to spend like $18,600 per year. So if you compare to the 1 year, they have a 2 semester. So that means that you almost pay like 9,500 plus or 600 plus in every semester. And in the CUNY actually is cheaper. You pay only 16,980 per year. So in that case, it's around like 8,500 plus or something like that. And my opinion, actually, as international students, if you want to stay in New York City, and I would say you should go for in the CUNY. And if you want to go to the SUNY, there's lots of good SUNY schools in Long Island, which is like I'll say 1 hour distance from the New York City.